the word came out that they were looking for, the way Dennis tells it is that Bill Aucoin would come in and tell him, look, I need a name for this record. So you guys get together, a bunch of your people, just write down a bunch of names and give it to me and I'll pick the best one. Is that how you remember it going down? That he kind of just came in and made this announcement, or did Dennis tell you? And if he did do it that way, how did that whole process work for you guys? Do you remember that specifically?
Yeah, the way I remember it is he needed a name, and nobody had one offhand. So my idea was the process was like, well, just do a flow of consciousness. Just write everything that comes to mind, and that's where that list came from. So I just sat down at my drawing board and wrote names, and some of them I don't remember them all. It's funny, Dennis always accused me, boy, he said, you keep all the crap in the world, because I have kept stuff from a long time ago from my childhood, which I'm putting together in the book of all my art, like life as my art. But I had the list for a while, and I actually started to try to look for it, and I think, I must have thrown it away at some point. I even had names of all the people that worked at Howard Marks way back when. But I remember some of them somewhat being like, Destroyer was one, but Conquer, the idea of when you looked at the image and the whole idea behind it, they were like demons of rock, stuff like that. So whatever the flow of consciousness is the way I did it. And I must have come up with a dozen names and then handed it off to Bill, or, because at that time there was no real protocol that was serious. Like Bill would walk in once in a while and say, Vin, I'm looking for some serious, with the KISS logo, Army logo, I want to make it more of an Army, like the fan club, because that was starting to pick up that from Starkey, the KISS Army,
right,
making it more regimented in that sense. So I said, okay, being I was in the National Guard at the time, chevrons and different patches that they had, and that would be perfect when it had all the graphics of the stripe. So things like that came about where people would walk in and out and mention things. So that's how the name came about with the list that I just sat down. It was the flow of consciousness, just whatever